Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the national webinar on representation of women in higher educational institutions in India, organized by Department of Sociology in association with IQAC, Government College, Daman. I am Neha Mishra. I am Assistant Professor in the Department of Sociology. On behalf of Department of Sociology, IQAC and the whole management of Government College, Daman, we would like to extend our warmest welcome to Professor Ami Upadhyay Madam, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. Thank you very much, ma'am, for accepting the invitation.
Pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am. And now I would like to request our Vice Principal, sir, who is the coordinator of IQAC also, Dr. S. Balasubramanian, sir, to please give the welcome address. Over to you, sir. So please unmute yourself, please, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Neha. Good evening, everyone. On behalf of IQAC, on behalf of the entire college fraternity, I extend a warm greetings and welcome to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, who is the guest speaker of the day's webinar, Professor Dr. Ami Upadhyay. Thank you very much, ma'am, for giving us time amidst your busy schedule. And I welcome all the participants who have registered. I learned it is 2,800 plus participants are now registered for this webinar. I welcome each one of them personally, one and all. Without taking much time, back to Ms. Neha.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to request our principal, sir, Dr. S. Kumar, sir, to please deliver the inaugural address. Please, sir.
सब लोगों को नमस्कार। आज स्त्री दिवस के इस श्रृंखला में अम्बेडकर मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय की प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर अमी उपाध्याय जी का खूब खूब स्वागत है। विषय भी एक अत्यंत सटीक विषय का चुनाव हुआ है। आज बिल्कुल फोकस्ड सब्जेक्ट उच्च शिक्षण क्षेत्र में महिलाओं का प्रतिनिधित्व। आज के जो अपनी मुख्य अतिथि मुख्य वक्ता है वो एक उच्च शिक्षण संस्थान में सर्वोच्च पद पर है और वहाँ से इस विषय को रखने वाली हैं। तो महिलाओं का प्रतिनिधित्व का प्रश्न कितना जटिल है, कितना आसान है, किस प्रकार का प्रतिनिधित्व मिला है, कितना मिलना चाहिए, इसके बारे में शायद उनसे उपयुक्त व्यक्ति और कोई नहीं हो सकता है। लेकिन मैं अगर कहूँ तो मेरी दृष्टि से हम लोग अक्सर साहित्य में एक शब्द पढ़ते हैं कि आधा आकाश की पर उनका हक है। तो यहाँ जो कुछ भी है अपने पास संसाधन परिवार में, समाज में, उस पूरे संसाधनों पर, उन पूरी सभी चीज़ों पर जो महिला वर्ग है, स्त्री वर्ग है, उसका आधा अधिकार है। तो उस आधा अधिकार का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हुए मैं करने वाली आज की जो मनीषी महिला माननीय डॉक्टर अमी उपाध्याय जी हैं, उनका इस कॉलेज के वेबिनार में खूब स्वागत करता हूँ। और जैसा मैं चर्चा में सुन रहा था कि समय अभाव है, इससे इसको बहुत विस्तार से नहीं ले जाकर मैं प्रोफेसर नेहा मिश्रा को अनुरोध करता हूँ कि वो इस दिवस की कार्रवाई को आगे बढ़ाएं। नेहा जी।
Thank you very much, sir. So now before we start the main session, I would like to introduce our today's guest speaker, Professor Ami Upadhyay, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad. Madam is a professor of English department and director, School of Humanities and Social Sciences. She has more than 2 decades of teaching as well as administrative experience, and she is the recipient of Lifetime Achievement Award by AIPC for her exemplary contribution in the field of arts and education. She has offered her services at national as well as state level in various capacities in the committees formed by MHRD, UGC and Gujarat State's Education Department, including committees formed by Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat for the improvement of higher education. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out your precious time for the webinar and accepting our invitation to be the speaker. Now, without taking much time, I would like to request Madam to address the gathering, as I am very much sure that everyone is eagerly waiting to listen to you, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Neha. Thank you very much. I hope I am audible. Yes. Honorable Principal, S. Kumarji, Vice Principal, Honorable Bala Subramaniam ji, IQSC committee members, and dear Neha. It's really pleasure and privilege to talk about something which is close to your belief system or something about what you would like to speak about. The title is Representation of Women Higher Education Institutions in India. So if we take one by one, we are going to talk about representations. There are two words, presentation and representation. So here we are talking about representation, not presentation. When I make something, present something for myself, it's a presentation. But when an individual speaks behalf of someone else, behalf of a set of the society, a group of people, or maybe a group of a particular gender or sex, at that time it becomes representation. So very consciously and cautiously I would make this statement that here I'm going to talk about the representation of women, not exactly the presentation of women. This is the one way to, minus oneself from the whole picture. Because in research, repeatedly we make such statement that intellectual statements should be supported by rational reason and objectivity. And when a woman speaks about women representation, subjectivity is, blamed about or maybe expected about, or possibilities are there. So I will try to be as possible as reasonable with certain research data while I make representation of gender or women in the higher education. First of all, representation of women or girls, that is looked at from different perspective. First, as students, how many girls students get enrolled? So that's a participation, presentation and representation. So how many girls really represent the girls ratio in schooling and secondary, higher secondary, or maybe a higher education level. So this is the first perspective. Second perspective is how many women are getting employment in higher education. This is second. Now when we talk about representation of women, again, getting employability, that also there are various levels. For example, there might be clerks, peons, assistant professors, associate professors, professors, deans and directors, vice chancellors, pro-vice chancellors. So these are the various levels of higher education representation of women. If still we go further, we may visit certain institutes, they are dealing with higher education. For example, if we talk about UGC, MHRD, NEC, NCT. Now, these are the various perspectives that when we look about representation of women, we have to look from these perspectives. Now, before I move further with my certain points to be made, I would like to present certain data, facts, so that I am not being biased when I make certain conclusions or certain statements. AISHE report 2018-90 says that out of all national importance institutions, 24% women are scholar students. So these are female scholars, 24%. Financial Express says that as per AISHE 18-19 data, total enrollment of girls, now out of 3.74 crore, 1.92 crore, that's men, boys, and 1.82 crore, that's women. Now you see, enrollment, if we look in last decade, the enrollment is very drastically increasing of girls. So enrollment of girls have started getting educated quite well. Now Deccan Herald 2015 mentions, why intentionally I have taken up the data of 2018 is 44% out of 27.5 million, 44% are girls students are there in higher education. 44% girls students in higher education, and with them 1.4% professors, female professors in higher education, and 3% female vice chancellors in higher education. Now you see on one hand 44% girls students, and when we talk about the representation as the teachers, percentages is quite less, as female vice chancellors very less. 2013 report of government says that 25% at professor level. Now you see from when we look from 2011 to 2020, no doubt the number is increasing, but is it increasing as the number of students are increasing? I repeat my statement that from 2011 onwards, if we look at the last decade, the comparatively the percentages wise, the number of female students is increasing quite well, worth being appreciated. But when matter comes to as teachers and especially as leaders, women leader in educational institution, higher educational institutions, this is again something very disappointing, comparatively disappointing. Now that says 25% professor, 31.1%, 31.1% associate professor, and 38.5% assistant professors. So again, percentages wise, level of professors that's comparatively higher designation, women are less. And this is comparison amongst all professors, amongst all associate professors, and amongst all assistant professors. So if 35% is assistant professor, rest of them are men. If associate professor is 31.1%, the rest of the people, no, associate professors are men. And when 25.5% are professor female, the rest of them, others around 25% is male professors. Hindustan Times notes it that 6.67 in higher education system, in the survey, 6.67 female leaders are there. At the leading position, female leaders in higher education. Again, when we talk about female positions as vice chancellors or directors, out of 810 institutes in India, 54 out of 810, they were leaders. So hardly 6.67. I'm mentioning this data, so no, it's not that a woman is sitting and talking about the women representation. Obviously, she would be a little bit biased. So I am trying my level best to not to be biased, to be unbiased. Yes, in India's gender inequality index, when at world level it is 0.450, ours is 0.563. So comparatively, our situation is worse than overall world scenario. Last point I would say that in IITs, NITs, IIMs, all that, out of 73, only 4% directors female are there. So those higher education comparatively very less. And noted that central universities have the highest female participation as 9.8 institutes, that is 5 out of 51. They are headed by female, while state universities have only 8.61, that is 28 out of 325. Now these are the data. So when we talk about representation of women in higher education, still we have to do many things. I'm very happy that as a woman vice chancellor, I'm sitting on this chair leading State Open University in Gujarat, and I'm very thankful to the decision makers that no, it's either me or someone else, but yes, women are being considered. Why representation is not there? Not there, we discussed about the data. Why not there? And if really we wish to witness that representation in more number is expected, because as sir said, Adha Akash Stri ka hai. I somewhere, no, I agree, I'm very thankful to sir for thinking from that perspective, because it has been proven that feminist people who empower women, they are not always women. Many a time it has been observed that some very understanding, maybe, broad-minded men, they come forward for women empowerment. So what are the reasons and what can be done? That what we will be discussing. First of all, why not women? Have we seen the advertisement on the newspapers, magazines and everything? Just observe it. That while there is advertisement of chopper that chops or cuts the vegetable, you observe the hand. That hand would be of female. When there is advertisement of a car with the steering and road ahead, just observe the hand that holds steering, that would be hands of a man. I do drive car, but I doubt whether how many in advertisements you will find women driving a car, or maybe hands of women. When there's advertisement of some alcoholic drink, the hands would be of men. And all the possible, when any advertisement talks about sensitivity, rarely nowadays we witness certain advertisement where the fathers or the husbands or the brothers, they are shown having tears in their eyes. Otherwise, tears are always with women. So somewhere this conditioning in the society has played a vital role. Conditioning where women are thought of lesser efficiency, lesser capabilities. Men are efficient enough, but women are not. I have observed that many a time someone is not driving car. You can't see the driver, but the car is not being driven properly. The first statement comes across as a woman might be driving. So that's a conditioning in the society. This conditioning of the society says that certain roles are to be played by women and certain by the men. And from the day one, to earn money, to run the show at home, that was as if the job of a man. And women were supposed to do the whole home course, that all, cooking and cleaning and everything. So that conditioning was there. I have frequently discussed that in my various webinars also. That in textbooks earlier, I think senior faculties would agree to that. When we used to study, in the textbook there would be certain examples that Meena is stitching, Meena is cooking, and Mahesh is driving, Mahesh is playing. So all the time boys would play, they would drive, and girls would cook and clean. So that's a conditioning, even that has got percolated to the textbooks also. So somewhere that conditioning that women have to play these roles only, and women. Now you see, sex is a biological word. So sex is natural, universal, everywhere same, whether it's US or India or any state of India, the sex is never going to change because that's a biological. But gender is going to change. Gender is a social role. So when today in India, in Gujarat is, I would say, in Gujarat we find more empowered women. The first Vice Chancellor, Hansa Mehta ji, or maybe a member of AIU, she was from Gujarat. In Gujarat, the women have witnessed, they've experienced huge amount of freedom, liberty, participation in decision making everywhere. Even business women are doing very well in Gujarat. But if we look at India, because here in webinar we are going to talk about India, still it is not there. The reason is because the social role of gender, that gender is with the birth, a girl is assigned to certain role, certain nature. The women have to be more tolerant, more sacrificing. Why not men? I don't say that women need not to be tolerant. Everybody has to be tolerant. Everybody has to sacrifice. Everybody has to let go. Everybody has to lead. Everybody has to empower another. So these are common traits for human being. The first wave of feminism, when started, people said it's a feminism, Nari Sashактикаран ki baat. So all those writers, all those people who really voted, who came forward in the campaign of feminism or women empowerment, they said, no, we have nothing to do with women empowerment. Here we are for the humanitarian approach, that whatever rights are meant for human being, they should be there for women also, because they are human beings. So somewhere this role has to be played. Why girls are not being educated more? I do remember there was a time when I was a small child, I have observed, we were the only sisters, we didn't have any brother. And my mother studied and she taught also as a teacher in the Gijubai Badekar school. Very strong woman, very strong. And she was very clear, what does it make difference whether a son or daughter? So we sister used to do that everything that in others' home only the sons or boys will do. That empowered us. They trusted our efficiency, capabilities, they trusted us, our parents. So somewhere I used to witness कि काफी लोगों के घर में उस टाइम क्या होता था कि the girls are good school, English medium school, expensive school, good school, the sons would be sent. And for the government schools, oh, they are not that good. They had that notion that they are of inferior quality. So the girls, the daughters would be sent to those kinds of schools. And further also, when after some time, oh, education is not affordable for both of them, the girls had to sacrifice. They were not. Because लड़का जब बड़ा होगा उसे नौकरी करनी है, उसकी कमाई घर में आनी है, लड़की की कमाई हम कहाँ खाने वाले, उसको कहाँ जरूरत है, उसका पति करेगा. तो देखिए 2-3 चीजें, that girls, they are not of this home, they don't belong, they are not going to stay here. That one concept. Second, the boy will have to earn, the girl may not have to. So it was associated with earning purpose. That third, the only purpose of life of a woman or girl is to get married. When we Pride and Prejudice, when we read the first statement, beautiful it is written. As if the parents of a girl child, their whole journey of life passes through the to find out the appropriate groom for her. Because that was the only purpose. बस तेरी शादी हो जाए, खत्म हो गई बात, बस शादी, as if that was the only aim. So they had completely 2 different paths. And in marriage, अगर लड़की खूबसूरत है, that's more important. If she's not educated, will do. So comparatively, the whole focus of girls and women, that was on outer beauty, and for boys and men, it was education, earning. लड़का कितना कमाता है और लड़की कितनी खूबसूरत है. No, these two were the qualifications the society was looking for. So that was the reason girls' education, they started getting enrolled less. And again, very humbly, I will say कि जब पूरे विश्व में women empowerment started, that more girls' education, more enrollment and everything, no doubt, the women empowerment, social change played vital role, but more than that, economic wheel that turned the society was more important. That girls should come forward to earn, that became the necessity. Because things were getting more expensive, so girls, women started earning also. Now this is representation as students. Second now phase is, because I'll be finishing within 10 minutes as given time. Secondly is job. I don't want to mention the organization, institutes, or the people heading those institutes, but long back, I'm talking about I think 2002-3 or so, 2002-3-4 I'm talking about. I was sitting with a group of academic leaders, decision makers, and everybody in various organizations, and then they were talking about jobs and everything. So they were discussing the women should not be given job in higher education institutes. The reason they gave is, अरे उनको बच्चे होते, ये प्रेगनेंसी की रजा दे दो, इसकी रजा दे दो, मैटरनिटी लीव, वो सब क्या करे, क्या करना, better not to give them job. Now you see, so maternity leave, what is their right? But no, for 3-4 महीने वो चली जाएगी. And women, they don't understand. What they don't understand? Listen, my dear viewers today, when we say the women are equal efficient, they are equal capable, Indian women are very empowered women, we will have to prove it. Simply, that lip movements will not do. We can't simply lip it. We will have to say it, we have to prove it. When equal contribution of women at various levels, whether it's business, it's job, it's entrepreneurship, anyways, maybe politics, social groups, NGOs, everywhere women will have to come forward. As I was telling that I was happy when sir made a statement, आधा आकाश स्त्री का आधा पुरुष का. मैं तो उससे भी आगे जाके विनंती करती हूँ, क्यों पूरा हम दोनों का है, आधा आधा क्यों बांट रहा है, मेरा भी पूरा और आपका भी पूरा. Because the complete, we are born to cherish it completely. And when I cherish my complete, your complete doesn't get lesser. That's very important. मैं जब अपना पूरे आकाश को चेरिश करती हूँ, उसकी अनुभूति करती हूँ, तो वहां आपका आकाश में नहीं शेयर कर रही। तो ये हमें सबको सोचना है। आज जब मेरी लड़की बाहर, एक समय ऐसा था, रिसर्च ने ऐसा प्रूव किया है, एक समय ऐसा था कि जब लड़कियां जॉब के लिए निकलती थी तो लड़कों को ऐसा लगता था कि ये हमारी तक ले जा रही है, हमारी हिस्सेदारी बढ़ा रही है, हमारी। ऐसा नहीं होता। इट इज नेवर सो, नेवर एवर। In fact, I tell you one thing. Again, research has proven that men and women, they are working equally in certain workplaces. The environment is comparatively more decent, it is healthier and more fruitful also. Research says. I don't say only women are, no, they contribute wonderfully. No, it's not so. When we oppose biases, like women are not that great drivers, women are not great managers, they are biases. In the same way, men are not sensitive, men cannot be a great parent. No, they are also biases. So when we oppose bias from both the sides. It's not that only about the girls or the goody things are women. No, we are human beings. We are doomed to be imperfect. Even, the incarnations like Ram and Krishna, they were there. They committed mistakes because they were human beings. And as a human being, to commit mistake, it's our right. So that's fine. Let us move further. Sometimes, we are filled with certain grievances also. कि हम स्त्रियों को past में ये किया था. अरे नहीं, live in present. No. What can we do today? That is more important. So first of all, many a times the women are not appreciated to be appointed at workplace. I doubt whether anybody has doubt that they are not sincere. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो sincere नहीं है. Everybody says, and most of the time I've heard that from the male people also, that women are more hardworking, they are more sincere. So I have never come across any man who doubts sincerity and hardworking nature of a woman. Somewhere they have a doubt about whether they'll be able to spare time or not. If on a given choice of a family and workplace, what will be their priority? My dear viewers, let me tell you one thing, that a woman when comes out of four walls is completely ready for every challenge. When I'm sitting on this chair, I know what are the responsibility of a vice chancellor, whether male or female. Many a times we convert certain post designations and responsibilities gender sensitive that are not. लंबे अरसे पहले कोई मुझसे मिलने आया, वो डोर में पीप करके मुझे पूछा कि रजिस्ट्रार साहब की ऑफिस यही है. मैंने बोला हाँ. तो कहाँ है? मैंने बोला ये. मैं बोलिए अच्छा आप है? तो किसी ने मुझे बताया नहीं कि फीमेल रजिस्ट्रार है. अरे भाई रजिस्ट्रार बोला तो मेल रजिस्ट्रार बोला था? नहीं बोला था ना. तो फिर so somewhere there again it is female oriented more. अब देखिए हायर एजुकेशन में सरकार ने बहुत अच्छे निर्णय लिए हैं. वो अभी महिला रिजर्वेशन की भी, देखिए मैं रिजर्वेशन के बिल्कुल हक में नहीं हूँ, फीमेल रिजर्वेशन के हक में नहीं हूँ. लेकिन एक बात मैं आपसे बोलूं, जब हम पेंडुलम को यहाँ से छोड़ते हैं और हम सोचे कि बीच में वो स्थिर हो जाए, ऐसा नहीं होना है. यहाँ से छोड़ा है तो एक बार तो यहाँ जाएगा, फिर ऐसे 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 करके उसको स्थिर होना है. तो एक बार आप महिला रिजर्वेशन लाके भी अगर इक्वल कंट्रीब्यूशन की तरफ जाते तो फिर रिमूव कर दीजिए. एक बार हो गया समाज में, एक बार भागीदारी दोनों की अच्छी तरह से हो गई, फिर निकाल दीजिए, कोई जरूरत नहीं है. तो दिस इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दूसरी जो बात हम करने जा रहे हैं कि हायर एजुकेशन में पीएचडी के लिए अगर आज प्रेग्नेंट वुमन यहाँ है, शादी आज यहाँ नहीं की और शादी करके कहीं जा रही है, उसको एक्स्ट्रा मैटरनिटी की वजह से उस एक्स्ट्रा टाइम देना पड़े तो वो देना चाहिए. ये सारी चीजें वर्किंग वुमेन के लिए, स्पेशल उनके किड्स के लिए आप व्यवस्था आप खड़ी कीजिए. ये सारी चीजें बहुत अच्छी आ रही हैं समाज और सरकार में. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी दैट there are so many good decisions that central government has taken and even state government has taken that has empowered, that really empowered women in so many ways. Education के through आता है हमको. When we talk about education, empowerment of women through education, it is three ways: right to education, right in education, and right through education. So these three things are very important. Right to education. राइट इन एजुकेशन। जब एक लड़का और लड़की दोनों एक कक्षा में पढ़ते हैं तो उनके क्या एजुकेशन, वो लड़कियों को क्या क्या अधिकार मिलने चाहिए। पहले तो एक समय ऐसा था कि लड़कियों के लिए अलग से वॉशरूम्स भी इनफ नहीं होते थे और वॉशरूम में डस्टबिन्स भी नहीं होते थे। सो वी वर सो इनसेंसिटिव। हम इनसेंसिटिव कितने थे कि गर्ल्स के पर्सपेक्टिव या विमेन के पर्सपेक्टिव से हम सोचते ही नहीं थे। मैंने काफी जगह पर, मैं मेरी करियर की शुरुआत में मैं जाती थी कई ऑफिस में, तो जहां प्रिंसिपल की या वाइस चांसलर की ऐसी कोई बड़ी ऑफिस हो तो उस ऑफिस में वॉशरूम होते थे, तो दे वर स्पेशली मेंट फॉर मेन ओनली। नाउ यू सी इट्स वेरी सिंपल, बट हाउ वी हैव बीन इनसेंसिटिव टुवर्ड्स विमेन लीडर्स। अब एक आप होमवर्क कीजिए कि हायर एजुकेशन की यूजीसी है, एनसीटी है, एमएचआरडी है, एनसीटी, ये सारी जो है एआईयू है, वहां पर हाउ मेनी विमेन आर वर्किंग, द नंबर ऑफ विमेन academicians working there, officers working there. I very strongly say that the society has to be sensitive towards this. There was a time jab everybody was talking about IQ makes a leader successful, but then after intelligent quotient, that was emotional quotient. Women are more powerful in that case. Coming still forward, spiritual quotient and social quotient. Women have proven themselves. Give them opportunity. जहां तक हम स्त्रियों को तक नहीं देंगे, हम परिणाम नहीं पाएंगे। देखिए, परिणाम जब होंगे तो उसमें कुछ गलत भी होगा, अनपेक्षित भी होगा, लेकिन अपेक्षित की गंतव्य स्थान हमारा जब अपेक्षित कहीं है तो अनपेक्षित के दौर से गुजरना पड़ेगा। I request all the viewers today that let us build a beautiful society for the next generation and next to next generation. I'm a mother of a single daughter, and I know that she's going to be blessed with a beautiful world where equality will prevail. Whatever struggles that her mother had to face, or maybe her mother's mother had to face, she will not have to face. And the responsibility is on our shoulders. All of us are from the field of academics, education, and education has to play very, very vital role in equality in the society, leaving away all prejudices, grudges, biases behind. I congratulate the whole team of IQSC and the college for organizing such meaningful and apt, relevant webinar, and I'm so thankful to the authorities for inviting me and making me a part of it. Thank you so much. I'll be happy to entertain or respond to the questions if there are any. Thank you so much. Women will have to come forward. I've observed that how many women talk about political issues, how many women really read and discuss about economic in the world, how many of them? So first of all, women will have to come forward to prove themselves. And then obviously of their intellect, their concern, their efficiency, their capabilities, and then all the possible that acceptance gradually will increase, glass ceiling will automatically break. You know, women come forward. I do remember long back that once after my joining, 2-3 times there were certain discussions. So I said, article by so-and-so person in the Hindu says so. In Times of India, it is an Indian Express, you know, has come up with very good editorial this time and that. One of my very senior professors, elder to me, he made a statement. Senior to me, elder to me, made a statement that, Madam, I'm so happy being a woman. आप स्त्री हो के हर रोज अखबार पढ़ते हो. Now you see, can you imagine a person from academic fraternity thinks and believes that a woman doesn't read newspaper every day, though she is a professor. So somewhere this glass ceiling, breaking of it is very important. जब मैंने पूरे एक आकाश की बात की तो वही वो ग्लास सीलिंग तोड़ने की बात थी कि मेरा आधा और आपका आधा नहीं, हम मेरा भी पूरा और आपका भी पूरा, तब वो अपने आप टूट जाएगी. हाँ जी.
Yes, ma'am, surely. Thank you very much, ma'am. As we came to an end of this program, I would like to thank you very much, ma'am, for accepting this invitation and for such a nice talk. We hope after like this, everything will be normal. We would like to invite you here in the college also, ma'am. Thank you so much. I know it's time now. You have to join the other things, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, नेहा जी. Thank you very much. लेकिन मेरी आज जितने भी लोग सुन रहे हैं उनसे सबसे गुजारिश है कि जो भी एक स्त्री एक किसी निश्चित पद पर पहुंचते उसकी जवाबदारी जिम्मेवारी दुगना हो जाती है. बिकॉज इफ आई एम सिटिंग हियर, हाउ मेनी विमेन आई रियली हेल्प. वो आपके घर पे कुक में हो, आपके घर पे मेड के स्वरूप में हो, आपकी बहन हो, आपकी स्टूडेंट हो, आपकी कलीग हो, आपके नेबर हो, आपने कितनी स्त्री को अपने अस्तित्व से मिलाया, आपने कितनी स्त्री को समाज में वो कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट कर सकते, उसका भी प्रदान हो सकता है, उसके लिए कन्विंस किया, उसको एम्पावर किया, वो हमें अपने आप को जवाब देना है. थैंक यू सो मच.
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम, इतना समय निकालने के लिए. थैंक यू मैम. थैंक यू. Thank you very much, sir, Dr. S. Balasubramaniam sir and Dr. S. Kumar sir, for joining us. Thank you for letting us do all the things related to academics, sir. And we know that always whenever we come up with something, you guys, you always give us this opportunity to do. Thank you so much. To participants, I would like to tell feedback form is posted there in the live session. And there was some problem issues in the live session due to some rain, but it will be resumed very soon. And I will be sharing the feedback link in the Telegram group also. And the certificates will be distributed within a week. The link will be shared in the group. Thank you very much. I would like to thank all the participants who have joined in live session. Thanks a lot. And I hope we'll be meeting soon in some other very good program. Thank you and have a nice day. Thanks.